Going on to you, Aquarius, you have the Eight of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, and you have the Knight of Wands. So there's definitely a sense of somebody who you don't even mess with anymore is coming back, trying to, I ain't gonna say coming back, but they're still in your life, but they're just trying to grasp at straws, at what they could say and what they could possibly do to get you, Aquarius, to not leave, because there's definitely a sense of they need you more than you need them. And it's not about you leaving them alone. It's because you are leaving them alone, but they need you more than you need them. It could be a family member, it could be a past love interest excuse me, that is interested in trying to find out what you are about, but they know what it is that you are about. You just not into playing of the games. But then at the same time, though, they still want to be in your life pulling some stupid stuff at the same time. And this is what I mean when I say that, at the end of the day, these games got to stop, without exception. Everybody got to stop, because it's no different than whenever it is that you see some people who like the fact that the person who they hanging out with has options. They could be rocking with other people, and then they find that to be attractive, right? And then they like the fact that that person could be messing around with other people. And then they get with that type of person, and then they run to the internet, and then they complain about the very same thing. It's like so that stop getting up on the internet and running my name in the mud. Stop doing that, right? Because if that's what it is that you like, don't trying to have that cake and eat it too. On one hand, it's okay, this is what it is that you're looking for, but you're saying that it's not. But then at the same time, you like this, but then you run into the internet and you talking bad about me or whatever the case may be. You gotta, at that point, that person has to embrace what it is that they want and who they like and what they want, and stop lying and stop complaining and stop running to the internet. Because if that's what it is that it's going to be, you running that person's name into the mud is dichotomous. It's like, what are we doing here at this point? Like, what are we doing? And this is what I mean when I say, Aquarius, that a lot of people be capped when it comes to this internet thing. A lot of the times you don't be knowing what's real. You don't be knowing what's fake. A lot of people are okay with a lot more things than what you, Aquarius, probably even know. You probably do know it. You know what I mean? I know a lot of you, Aquarius, are street dudes and, street gals. A lot of y'all know what's going on in the streets. But at the same time, a lot of you also probably choose to not get into what's going on in the streets, because a lot of y'all probably been in the streets, or you street smart, but you decided to stay away from that type of stuff. But then at the same time, this is what it is that I be meaning, Aquarius, like the ideology that a person could like the fact that y'all may have options, but then they run around telling everybody something different. And it's like, keep that up underneath wraps. Keep that under wraps. Keep that, you know what I mean? Keep that between the two of y'all and whoever else is involved. Why is it that, people got to run to the internet and bash the person that they actually like that has options or is doing the nonsense, A lot of people on the internet, too, they like it when their partners embarrass them. But a lot of you, Aquarius, didn't like how you and this person interacted with one another. Y'all ain't like that. That's the reason why you got the Six of Wands. A lot of you, Aquarius, left because of that, because of the stupidity of it, the dichotomy of it, the fact that this person, they ripping and running around. They don't know whether or not they coming or going. If you got too many grown-ups who like something, but don't embrace what it is that they like, and don't actually embrace it and be like, yeah, this is what they like. So a lot of you Aquarius is like, when they figure it out and they embrace it and stop BSing and stop, you know what I mean, acting like that's not what it is that they into, then they'll grow up. The Five of Wands and the King of Cups, the Five of Wands and the King of Cups right here is about how, so they feel rejected. You know, they probably rejected you Aquarius first, and then you Aquarius was like, okay, fine, you know, Fonzie, you know, a thumbs up, okay, fine, whatever. And you went off and you did your own thing. And then at the same time, now this person is you know, trying to appease you, Aquarius, to get you to see them again and, you know, date them, just, you know, just hear them out. You know, they don't want to necessarily talk to you on the phone. They just want to, you know, a fast interaction with you where they could see you, you know what I mean, even for a few minutes and stuff like this. Just listen to them, give them another chance, you know, just give them 5 minutes of your time. And you Aquarius are like, but why though? And they over here, like I said, they over here crashing out. Don't act like that. You know, they over here risking it all. You know, you Aquarius, don't get on like this, Aquarius. You know, give me another chance, Aquarius. Don't be like that. This is what I'm talking about. This, like I said before, this game, this trying to appeal to this hypergamy, this need to try to, like, this competition, this hypergamy. This is what's getting people stupid. This is what, because when you understand hypergamy, it, no matter what it is, it's a social construct. People say it's not. It's a social construct because it don't be making any kind of sense. It's too see, this is what I'm talking about. It's too inconsistent. You want someone that appeases and satisfies hypergamy. But then how can you build a relationship with somebody that you only see once, twice a month? You only get a chance to see the person once or twice a month. But then at the same time, oh, hypergamy is a real thing. Okay, so then hypergamy says that you shouldn't, even if you're in a relationship with somebody, you shouldn't see the person that often. A month. Which means that how many times a year could, you know, a person possibly build how many times a year could you possibly see a person to actually build a fruitful, strong, foundational relationship, Aquarius? You're not. If you only seeing a person once or twice a month, that's what, 12 to 24 times a year. How can you really get to know this person? That means that you got to spend hours, the times, that you do see the person, or in order for you to make up to compensate for the fact that the other, 29 days, you're not seeing this person. But this is hypergamy though. Hypergamy says, you know, when it comes to, when it comes to satisfying hypergamy, you know, show the other the person is going to ignore you and treat you terribly, and they don't care about what else you got going on. They just want to see that you have, that you can get other options or whatever. So it's stupid. It's too inconsistent, because this is how it is. A lot of people end up being in relationships where it's like Diddy and Cassie, because all you care about is hypergamy, right? You want the trips and the bags and the shoes and the this and the that, but then you end up with an individual on either side who treats you like the way that Diddy did Cassie, because of hypergamy. That's what I'm saying. There is no such thing as that in the real world. People say that it's not, but I could show and prove that there is no such thing. It's a failed science experiment, and this is the type of game that so many people get caught up in. The stupid delusion of grandeur of trying to, this confusion, this parasite, this ideology of you don't have to know anything about who the person is, but at the same time, you know, even though you don't actually know I could be a terrible person, but all I need to do is just satisfy hypergamy. And you mean to tell me that I got a plethora of people that I could be getting to know romantically, and I could be a terrible person, and the person is so stupid, the person doesn't even care about who the person I actually am. This is how people get played. Then they run to the internet. This person is really what, but you didn't care about who the person actually was. You don't know who the person is. Why are you complaining about it? You literally didn't get with this person for who they were. You don't know who they were. This is why the anger issues is so much of a surprise to you. Because if you took the time to get up off of your hypergamy nonsense, you would realize that this person has a bad temper where things could go really left. You didn't hang out with this person for that. You hung out with this person because you wanted the cars and the gifts and the cash prizes. So what are you complaining about now? Shut up and live in your hypergamous world and take that chance. Roll the dice, since this is what you wanted. So the Hanged Man and the Seven of Wands represents just that. You're waiting for these people to get off of their stupidity. Because it's too much. It's too much delusions of grandeur going on out here for too much. And this is why the dating game is failing. If hypergamy was real and if it was a natural thing, why is the dating pool so trashy? This is what I'm trying to say. There's too many inconsistencies with it for it to really be a real thing. If hypergamy really existed like that, then why is it that so many people are unhappy? Isn't this the natural? If this is, think about it. If this is the natural progression, the way that the world is supposed to be going originally, right? The way that Mother Nature and the divine set things up, then it means that things should be rolling. That means that things should be moving in the path of least resistance, because that's the way that nature intended in the first place. So why is it like ice skating uphill then? Why is dating like ice skating uphill? And the Two of Wands, because so many people want to talk to people standing up on high, looking low at other people that they don't know anything about. Everybody wants that. I ain't gonna say everybody, but so many people want to act like they're bougie. So many, it's this boule trying to act like you fancy, you know, prissy, boring, you know, high class. You got your pinky up, elitist. Oh, I'm clean and I talk like this, and you know, no offense to anybody in the UK, but I have a UK British accent, and because I think it's proper English, and let me put on a spritz of cologne, and hello, how you doing? It's stupid. It's delusional. Everybody wants to be this elitist delusion of grandeur having. Nobody wants to, hey, what's up? What's going on with you? I'm chilling. What's going on? Hey, you want to kick it? All right. And actually see where this thing goes and give it direction and actually have purpose to it. Everybody is trying to go out on these fancy dinners. And because of that, the world in the Four of Cups represents why you, Aquarius, need to protect yourselves. Because so many people are caught up with the delusion of grandeur, of trying to use other people to get gifts and trips, and it's that's what I'm saying. All of this delusion of grandeur, you gotta prove that you can satisfy hypergamy. You know how many people, Aquarius, you know how many people look at me, and you know how many people that I try to get to know who look at me and they know me from here or they don't know me from here, and they act like I'm useless because or they not gonna hang out with me or whatever because they think that I can't get a girl. Meanwhile, How many people do I meet from this YouTube thing? Fine. A lot of y'all are fine. And guess what? I never have to, run game and whip out my phone and be like, look at all these individuals. I keep that on the hush. Who I'm talking to, whether it's for tarot cards or whatever, that's a whole other side of my life that people don't even know about. But they, you know what I'm saying? They so caught up with whatever. And when I put my best foot forward, and it's the same thing for a lot of you Aquarius. I'm just making a comparison, right? I'm not even a comparison. I'm drawing a parallel. That's the same thing that's going on with you Aquarius. It's this boule elitist mentality. A lot of you Aquarius, you are coming across this. People who have the stupid ideology of satisfying hypergamy and all this nonsense, and it backfired on them. Terribly backfired on them. Because they plan this game, they ruining their life behind it, and then now they're coming back seeking forgiveness. And you Aquarius is like, okay, you forgive them, and then you moving on, and the person is like, no, I want you to forgive me and accept me back into your life. And you Aquarius are like, no, why? No way. And they ruin their lives because of it. This is what I mean when I say that people who teach hypergamy, it's so dangerous for them to be teaching it like it's a good thing and that it exists. It doesn't. The only people who claim that hypergamy exists are people, period, and I can show and prove this, who don't have honor and integrity. Because what are we really talking about here? What are we, in reality, Aquarius, what are we really talking about here? We're talking about people who are too lazy to do something for themselves, so they want they want to get with somebody that already does do this because they're too lazy and they're too broken, they're too much of a bum to actually learn how to do the skill themselves. That's what it is. Let's clarify the world. That's what it is. Because think about it, and I'm gonna get on with the reading, right? To clarify the world. Why is it that one side has to make more than the other, right? If people with my anatomy, right? I gotta make more than people who are not born with my anatomy. You understand what I'm saying? Why? Because they'll look up to me and respect me. But hypergamy says, the game says, on the flip side though, what will happen? People who are not born with my anatomy, if they make more, they'll treat me terribly. What kind of a dynamic is that? What kind of an exchange is that? I need to constantly have the advantage because you're too much of a terrible person to where I need to keep you honest because you're so much of a jerk. You lack such integrity and decency within your own self because you're such a wild animal. You don't know how to extend that courtesy even if you have the advantage. You know what I'm saying? Like what kind of an exchange is that, Aquarius? You understand what I'm saying? That goes to show you how warped the game is and why relationships fail today and why it's so stupid. Let's clarify the world card. The Chariot, the Ten of Cups, Three of Pentacles, the Temperance, and the Judgment. Capricorn, Cancer, Crabs, right? Because this is what I'm talking about, though. A lot of you Aquarius are not going for it. A lot of you Aquarius will stay away from individuals who are in the game. Good for y'all. Three of Pentacles and the Temperance. It has to make sense. It has to actually be going somewhere. Very true. And then you have the Judgment. You know, not only does it have to go somewhere, but you're not afraid of walking away because you see how stupid things are getting. And I'm going to tell you this, Aquarius, it's getting more stupid. People are making less common sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people will be wasting years of their life. Like, do you know how long people waste trying to see if the person is, if the person is better than them and they're pre-select? Forget about all that pre-select. Forget about all that. Get your life together. If a person doesn't want to choose you, right, because they don't think you're pre-selected, they want you to prove that you are, who cares about what some delusional... Anyway, let me not even get started, yo, because I could go there, right? I'm a Virgo, but that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. There's a link in the comment section below called a Linktree link. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website where there's ways to get a private reading from me, Birch Chart reading, as well as the books that I have that are on Amazon.